everyone, I'm Lena, and welcome to USA News.
President Trump says he hopes China can help end the Russia-Ukraine war ahead of his meeting with Xi Jinping this week. But Trump also says he is assessing the Russian threat after President Vladimir Putin and his top general claim they successfully tested a nuclear-powered cruise missile.
They're not playing games with us. We're not playing games with them either. We test missiles all the time, and I don't think it's an appropriate thing for Putin to be saying either, by the way. You ought to get the war ended. A war that should have taken 1 week is now in its soon 4th year. That's what you ought to do instead of testing missiles.
Former CIA Station Chief Dan Hoffman joins us now. Dan, how big of a deal is this, and what impact will it have?
Well, I think it's worth remembering that China and Russia signed their no-limit strategic partnership back in February of 2022. There's really 3 components there. First, an ideological one. Both Putin and Xi are ruthless dictators, and so they see eye to eye on how to run their countries internally and aggressively overseas. There's an economic component because Russia needs to import dual-use military technology from China to keep their army supplied with what they need to carry on their invasion of Ukraine. And Russia exports hydrocarbons to China, which is really important for China's economy. And then there's a strategic component where both Russia and China want to limit the United States' ability to project power overseas. For Russia, obviously, that means in Europe, and for China in the Pacific. I think what President Trump might be doing here is exposing China's support to Russia, using it as leverage. I'm not sure the president expects China to do anything to help solve this conflict, but he's countering China's rationale for an attack on Taiwan, and he's again exposing China's nefarious support to this war. And I think that's a good thing for the trade negotiations.
As you look at the right-hand side of your screen, any moment now we are waiting for President Trump to be greeted by the Emperor of Japan. But I want to go back to the missile that Russia is bragging about. Do you believe the hype coming out of the Kremlin about this nuclear-powered missile? And if so, should we be concerned here in the U.S., not just for the warhead part of it, Dan, which obviously would cause a nuclear catastrophe, but also the fact that it is nuclear powered, and oftentimes, mistakes happen, problems happen, and there could be ultimately fallout, no pun intended.
Yeah, I think that absolutely we have to be concerned. I expect that the U.S. intelligence community is seeking to.
Please subscribe to our official channel, USA News.